There was a very busy woman named Mama Chidi. She worked every day to make sure her family had food, clothes, and a nice house. Because she was so busy, she didn't have time to keep the house tidy. So one day she brought a young lady, Ayo, to help with chores around the house. Ayo was kind and she loved to sing sweet songs while she worked. She swept the floor, cleaned the dishes, and took care of little Chidi, Mama Chidi's son. Papa Chidi, Mama Chidi's husband, noticed how helpful Ayo was too. But as time went on, something began to change. One sunny morning, Mama Chidi noticed Ayo was not feeling well. Her face looked sad and tired, and she didn't sing while she worked anymore. Mama Chidi asked Ayo, "Are you okay?" Ayo looked down and didn't say a word. She was keeping a big secret. The next day, Papa Chidi also seemed to be acting differently. He looked worried and avoided talking to Mama Chidi. Mama Chidi started to feel something was not right in her family. She thought, why is my house feeling so strange? One evening, while Mama Chidi was playing with little Chidi, she remembered the story her grandmother used to tell her. The story was about a tree that kept secrets hidden inside its bark. If the tree had too many secrets, it would shake and make strange sounds in the night. Mama Chidi felt like her house was just like that tree full of secrets that were too heavy to keep quiet. So Mama Chidi decided to find out what was going on. But the secrets hidden in her house were bigger than she expected. Sometimes secrets can be too heavy to keep and can hurt everyone around. It's always better to speak the truth, even when it's hard. The tree of secrets represents the way hidden things can create trouble if not shared. One night, while everyone was asleep, Mama Chidi lay awake, thinking about Ayu and Papa Chidi. She wondered, why do they both look so worried? Her heart was heavy, and she couldn't sleep. So she decided to quietly check on Ayo. Mama Chidi tiptoed to Ayo's room and peeked in. Ayo was sitting on her bed, holding her belly and crying softly. Mama Chidi felt sad and confused. Why is Ayo crying? She wondered. She wanted to ask Ayo what was wrong, but she didn't want to scare her. The next morning, Mama Chidi called Ayo to the kitchen. She spoke gently, like a mother. Ayo, I can see that something is bothering you. You look sad and you stopped singing. I want to help you. Please tell me what's wrong. Ayo's eyes filled with tears. She looked down and whispered, I am going to have a baby. Mama Chidi was surprised. She didn't know what to say. After a moment, she asked, who is the father of the baby? Ayo didn't at first. She looked very sad and scared. But Mama Chidi held her hand and said, it's okay, Ayo. You can tell me the truth. Finally, Ayo whispered, it's Papa Chidi. Mama Chidi felt like her heart was breaking. She felt sad, hurt, and even angry. She looked at Ayo, and tears filled her eyes too. She thought about how much she trusted Papa Chidi and how much she trusted Ayo to take care of her home and her family. It was a painful truth, and it was hard to accept. But Mama Chidi remembered the story of the tree with secrets. She knew that keeping this secret would only make things worse. She needed to find a way to heal her family, even if it meant facing this difficult truth. She looked at Ayo and said softly, we will get through this. I don't know how yet, but I will find a way. For now, let's take care of you and make sure you and the baby are safe. Ayo was surprised. She had expected Mama Chidi to be angry, but instead she saw kindness in her eyes. She began to cry, but this time her tears were mixed with relief. Papa Chidi denied at first and later blamed Mama Chidi for not knowing her as a husband. Every day wore work, work, work. He sighed with anger in his face. Mama Chidi was also angry and left to her tomb, where she began to ponder through what Papa Chidi said. Every day work, 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 and sighed, does it mean I have missed it? When Mama Chidi told Papa Chidi what she had learned from Ayo, he was shocked. At first he denied it, shaking his head and saying, this is not true. You believe her over me. But as Mama Chidi continued to ask him, he became angry. He pointed his finger at her and said with a frown, maybe if you were around more, you would know me better as a husband. Every day, work, 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 work. You're always too busy, too tired, and now you blame me. Mama Chidi was surprised by his words. She felt a rush of anger and sadness. She walked away feeling hurt and went to her room to be alone. Sitting on her bed, she began to think deeply about what Papa Chidi had said. Work, work, work. Is that all he sees me as? Does he think I love my work more than my family? She thought about the long hours she spent away from home, trying to provide the best for her family. Did I miss something? She asked herself. Was I so busy that I didn't see what was happening in my own home? Her heart was heavy, and she felt a mix of regret, confusion, and anger. As she sat there, Mama Chidi began to wonder if maybe, just maybe, she had missed something important. But she also knew that this did not excuse Papa Chidi's actions. Trust is important, she whispered to herself. No matter how busy I was, he should have told me how he felt. But what could she do now? Mama Chidi knew that healing her family would take strength, honesty, and love. As Mama Chidi sat alone, thinking deeply, little Chidi came running into the room. He climbed onto her lap and looked up at her with big, curious eyes. Mama, are you sad? He asked, touching her cheek gently. Mama Chidi held him close and kissed his forehead. Yes, my little one, she whispered. Mama is sad. She didn't want to worry him, so she hugged him tightly and tried to smile. She thought about how much she loved her family and knew she needed to be strong. Later that evening, Mama Chidi decided to speak with Papa Chidi again. She went to him calmly and said, Papa Chidi, we need to talk, not just for us, but for little Chidi and our home. Papa Chidi looked at her, still hurt and angry, but he listened. She continued, I know I have been working a lot, but I did it for us. I wanted to make sure we had everything we needed, but I didn't know you felt so alone. Why didn't you tell me how you felt? Papa Chidi sighed and looked away. After a moment, he said, I didn't know how to tell you. I felt like you were always busy, like there was no time for us. And then I made a mistake. Mama Chidi looked at him and took a deep breath. We all make mistakes, she said softly. But we must also take responsibility and work to make things right. She thought about Ayo and the baby and how this secret had hurt their family. After a long silence, Papa Chidi looked at her and nodded. You're right. I made a mistake and I don't want to lose our family because of it. They agreed to talk honestly with each other from that moment on. They knew it would be difficult, but they wanted to try to make things right. The next morning, Mama Chidi called Ayo into the living room. Papa Chidi was there too, sitting with a serious look on his face. Ayo came in nervously, unsure of what to expect. She looked down at her hands, afraid to meet Mama Chidi's eyes. Mama Chidi took a deep breath and began, Ayo, I brought you here because I trusted you to help care for my home. I know things happened that have caused a lot of pain for all of us. She glanced at Papa Chidi, then continued, but I also know that everyone makes mistakes. Ayo's eyes filled with tears as she listened. She had felt so guilty and ashamed, but Mama Chidi's calm voice made her feel a bit of hope. Mama Chidi looked at Papa Chidi and said, we have all hurt each other, and our hearts are broken right now. But if we can be honest and kind, I believe we can find a way to make things better. Papa Chidi nodded and added, I am sorry, Ayo. I should have thought about what I was doing and how it would affect our family. I have learned a hard lesson, and I am ready to make things right. Ayo whispered, I am sorry too, Mama Chidi. I didn't mean to cause trouble. I will leave if you want me to. But Mama Chidi shook her head. Running away will not solve this, she said gently. We all need to face the truth together. Ayo, you and your baby will be safe here. I will make sure you have everything you need. Mama Chidi's words touched everyone in the room. Little Chidi, who had been playing nearby, looked up and asked, Mama, is everyone happy now? His innocent question made them all smile for a moment, reminding them of the love they all shared. Mama Chidi knelt down and hugged her son. Yes, my little one, we are all trying to be happy again. It will take time, but we are a family and we will heal together. Over the next few months, life in Mama Chidi's home began to change. With honesty and kindness, Mama Chidi, Papa Chidi, and Ayo worked together to rebuild trust and care for each other. They all made small but meaningful efforts to make things right. Papa Chidi took on more responsibilities at home, spending more time with little Chidi and showing Mama Chidi how much he valued her hard work and dedication to their family. He learned that love and loyalty are built through honesty and respect, and he promised to always share his feelings instead of keeping them hidden. Mama Chidi also changed. She found a balance between her job and her family, making sure to spend time with Papa Chidi and little Chidi, showing them how much she loved them. She learned that sometimes the people we love need more than what we give them. They need our time, attention, and care. She also learned the power of forgiveness and compassion. Ayo, too, grew stronger. She stayed in Mama Chidi's home and took good care of herself and her baby, grateful for the kindness and forgiveness shown to her. She learned that honesty and respect are important in every relationship and that mistakes can be forgiven, but trust must be earned through good choices and hard work. One evening, the whole family gathered in the living room. Little Chidi, now understanding more of the world, looked at his parents and Ayo and smiled brightly. Mama, is our family happy now? Mama Chidi hugged him and said, Yes, my child. We have all learned how to be better, and our family is stronger because we love each other. For Papa Chidi, respect and honesty are the foundation of a strong family. When challenges arise, it's important to talk openly rather than making choices that hurt others. For Mama Chidi, hard work is important, but so is family. Giving time, love, and attention to loved ones is just as valuable as providing material things. For Ayo, respect and trust are sacred in a household. Honesty and loyalty are keys to being a valued part of any family or community. For everyone, forgiveness and compassion can heal even the deepest wounds. Families can overcome hard times if everyone is willing to take responsibility, forgive, and work together to rebuild trust. And so Mama Chidi's home became a place of love, understanding, and peace once again. They had all learned from their mistakes, and their family bond grew stronger with each passing day.